Good afternoon, everybody. Christopher Mader from the Meat and Potato Show, Conservative Talk and Awesome Rock. It is November 11th, 2013. Early in October, I sent away for my Obamacare / Mass Health application. That was in early October, and I received it just a few days ago. So there you go. It's well over a month. And it's 39 pages of the booklet itself, and that includes additional another 21 pages of the actual application. Now, Section 1, Introduction. Very important. You must be a resident of Massachusetts to get any kind of health care coverage. This means you actually live in Massachusetts and are not temporarily visiting here. So let's explore what it means to temporarily live here. What non-U.S. citizens need to know about applying for Mass Health Limited, Mass Health coverage for pregnant women, CMSP, and the Health Safety Net. I have no idea what CMSP is. I couldn't bother to look it up. Oh, wait, I think it's Common Care Plans or something like that. I highlighted it here. If you are not able to provide documentation of your U.S. citizenship, national status, or immigration status, you may still be eligible for Mass Health coverage for pregnant women, Mass Health Limited, CMSP, or the Health Safety Net. Non-U.S. citizens do not have to submit any immigration documents with the application if they are applying only for their children, but they are not applying for any coverage for themselves. Non-U.S. citizens who are not eligible for a Social Security number or do not have documentation of their immigration status may still qualify for Mass Health, blah, 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 blah. However, they do have to give us proof of their income and proof of identity to be eligible for the Health Safety Net. So just go get a fake Social Security number and you're in. If individuals do not have pay stubs or tax records, they can prove what their income is in other ways, like giving us a signed statement from their employer containing the gross pay and hours worked. So just get your brother Hector to just sign a piece of paper. They don't bother checking the EIN numbers or the tax statuses of the company, or even if your company is a legitimate company either. Just get your brother Hector to sign a piece of paper saying you worked 20 hours last week. It'll be fine. Applications and information on them will be kept confidential. This means that, it's great here, names and addresses will not be sent to immigration enforcement officials. We will not match information with other agencies if individuals do not have Social Security numbers. So if you give them a fake Social Security number, they won't even bother checking it. It will not be applied or looked after into other agencies. And tag a couple more pages here. It gets better, and we'll get into the actual. Here's some other crap from the. Oh, and it comes with a mail-in voter registration card. Again, you don't need any documentation to prove who you are. So just fill the thing out. Make sure you put Democrat and put your fake name, your fake Social Security number, and send it in. Now, here we go. Oh, this is on page 26. How will we use your Social Security number? Files may also be matched with social services agencies in the state and other states and computer files of banks and other financial institutions, insurance companies, employers, and managed care organizations. This only applies to people like me who actually have a Social Security number, who actually have a bank account, who actually are American citizens. Remember, what I read earlier in here is that they're not going to check your Social Security. If you swam across the Rio Grande yesterday, they're not going to check your Social Security number. They're not even going to check to see if it's a legitimate one. Just get your brother Hector to sign a piece of paper that you're here and you worked 20 hours last week, and you apply. Keeps going on. Non-qualified persons residing under color of law, or what they call a PRUCOLS or something, PRUCOLS. Maybe permanently living in the United States, people who are non-qualified and meet one of the following statuses may be eligible. This is hilarious. You got to bear with me on this one. One, aliens. This is who qualifies. Again, non-residents, aliens, illegals. Aliens living in the United States in accordance with an indefinite stay of deportation. So let's say you're here illegally and you've been deported. but for some strange reason, there's a stay of the execution of the deportation. You apply. Or you qualify, I should say. Aliens living in the United States in accordance with an indefinite voluntary departure. So let's say you're being deported and you say, okay, I'm going to leave. Well, when? Well, I don't know. Well, okay, as long as you leave. Oh, okay, Your Honor. You qualify. Aliens and their families who are covered by an approved immediate relative petition who are entitled to voluntary departure and whose departure the United States Department of Homeland Security does not contemplate enforcing. So everything I just said 5 seconds ago, let's say the Department of Homeland Security knows about you and knows that you're supposed to be deported, and you say, well, I don't know. Well, I'm thinking of leaving. Well, when? I don't know. The Department of, you qualify if the Department of Homeland Security does not contemplate enforcing. So the DHS isn't going to come knocking on your door and say, hey, Romero, you got to get the hell out of here. Yeah, okay, it's time. You've been here for 6 months. You said 6 months ago you were going to leave. You got to get out. But they're not going to do that. Aliens granted stays of deportation by court order. Aliens granted voluntary departure by the DHS or an immigration judge and whose deportation the DHS does not contemplate enforcing. Again, they're not going to enforce it. Aliens living under orders of supervision, possibly meaning prisoners. Aliens who have entered and continuously lived in the United States since before January 1st, 1972. So if you swam across the Rio Grande River in December 31st, 1971, and you've been living in the United States illegally since then, you never learned the language, you never bothered becoming an American citizen, you voted Democrat, of course, all these years, even if though you've been here this entire time illegally, you qualify. Aliens who are asylum applicants. Aliens granted deferred action for childhood arrival. So if you're pregnant and you're about to drop, you qualify. It goes on and on. It's unbelievable. Let's get into a little bit of the actual application itself here. The application for health coverage. And of course, it's all your basic information. Of course, I had to put my Social Security number. And at the end of the booklet, even though it said everything about, if you're an illegal or a non-resident, you don't have to do anything. Just give us whatever documentation you have. Write it down on a tissue paper or a napkin. That's good enough for us. However, at the end of the book, for citizens, I got to give birth certificates. I got to make photos of my driver's license, my Social Security card. I got to get my kids to do it. I got to get all this stuff. I got to give pay stubs. I've got to give a proof of residency. So I've got to photocopy my lease agreement with my landlord. I got to give all sorts of stuff. It's unbelievable. So I want to get to, here we go, right here. Here we go, it's right here. Do you have breast or cervical cancer? Mass Health has special coverage rules for people who need treatment for breast or cervical cancer. If no, go to the next question. I don't have breast or cervical cancer. Are you HIV positive? God, no. Optional. If you are HIV positive, you may be eligible for additional coverage of benefits. So if you make bad decisions in your life, unprotected sex with, risky type situations, we'll actually give you more benefits. Check the box below that best describes you. American Indian, Alaskan Native, American Indian, Alaskan Native, Wampanoag Tribe of Gayhead or Aquina, American Indian, Alaskan Native, other tribal nation, Asian, Black or African American, I don't understand that. Hispanic, Latino, Black, Hispanic, Latino, White, Hispanic, Latino, Other, Native Hawaiian or other Pacific Islander, White or Other. Other. What other? What other? What other? If you are an American Indian or Alaskan Native, fill out Supplement B, American Indian, Alaskan Native, on page 23. American Indians and Alaskan Natives may not have to pay costs sharing and may get special monthly enrollment periods. Amazing. Oh, it goes on and on. It gets better and better and better. And it goes on for the same other people here. It's got person 1, person 2, person 3, and person 4. It's all pretty much the same thing. Is the person homeless? Well, what mailing address do you have? Well, I wouldn't have a mailing address if I'm homeless. Do you have a Social Security number? Do you receive SSI benefits? Please list all your SSI benefits. Oh, yeah, that's the other page here. Please list all your unemployment, pension or annuity, Social Security, rental income, capital gains, gambling proceeds, taxable veterans money, taxable military retirement, ordinary or qualified dividend, tax refund credit or offset of state, other income specified, trusts, interest, net, farming, fishing, royalty, alimony received, conservation easements, really? Taxation, retirement income, tax excluded foreign income. Tax excluded foreign income, well, if it's tax excluded foreign income, why do I have to put it down? Well, apparently it's not tax excluded, because that's what all this is for. This is page 13. A lot of this I didn't have to fill out because it just basically doesn't. I'm not net farming, and I don't receive royalties, and I'm not tax excluded foreign income. Non-custodial parent. Yeah, if you're a non-custodial parent, not only do you have to pay alimony, child support, you have to pay for this also. Yeah, so they're basically screwing the hell out of the single dads out there. Of course, there's no one, you know that about child support. There's no enforcement for women. You know that. So, your ex-wife doesn't have to pay anything, essentially. 21 pages. Luckily, I didn't have to fill out practically every single page because a lot of I live very simply. I don't have a bank account per se. My income is mostly cash under the table. I don't report it. That's the other thing too. They're asking about filing income. I don't file. It's none of the government's business how much I earn, and like I said, all the money I make is pretty much on the side anyhow. And I'm not afraid to admit that. I'm an American, and that's how it goes. But there's the healthcare form, and and don't forget, fill out your voter registration card. Mail it in. Vote Democrat, 2014.